Sometimes in life, someone needs to put you over their knee and tell you this is how things need to go. And you, at 39, need.
Wow, this judge goes off in a heated courtroom meltdown. Bond violation stacking up. Threats. Failed drug test and zero accountability as jail is suddenly on the table. What starts as routine turns explosive fast, with the judge shutting everything down and making it clear there are consequences coming. This one spirals quickly and doesn't let up. Watch it all unfold on Daily Courtroom Drama. Please like and subscribe. Now let's get into it.
The other day, and you were acting like it's all little bunnies jumping in the woods, all happy-go-lucky, knowing full. Give me a second. We were in here the other day, and you were acting like it's all little bunnies jumping in the woods, all happy-go-lucky, knowing full well that you had a ton of bond violations. You were to have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 4:30 in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different violations where you were going out in the middle of the night. Guess what happens? Or do you have any response?
Your Honor, I've spoken to the family. I've spoken to Mr. Chavez. I recommended that he get started with some therapy,
Yeah, I'm going to help you get started with that therapy right now. Guess what happens? Guess. He goes with you. Yeah, we'll get started real quick.
I wouldn't say it's crazy, but it's not that crazy to understand that actions have consequences. Oh my goodness, 13 violations? Come on, dude. It was simple. Stay at home. They can monitor you and tell if you're getting out. Like, come on, man.
We'll talk. I don't know. He'll pop up in tomorrow's docket. We can talk again. But he's out at 4:30 in the morning, 1 in the morning. It's unacceptable. He doesn't get it. So, good morning, Mr. Bataglia. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're also charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on both of those cases. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Also dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated she had been in a dating relationship with the defendant for approximately 1.5 years, and on the day of the incident, the defendant was supposed to pick her up from work at 1 p.m. However, the defendant showed up at 11:30, and when the complainant refused to leave work early, the defendant became irate. The defendant began sending her threatening text messages while outside her work and called her, stating, "When I see you, I'm going to stab you. I'm going to kill you." The complainant's brother picked her up from work, and the following day, the defendant told the complainant he was going to come beat her up. The complainant.
Man, like, first off, the crimes are vile. Just threatening that's insane. But threatening that in a manner that's traceable? Like, come on now. How dumb do you have to be? I hope the judge throws the book at him for this one.
It also stated that on August 31st, she picked up the defendant as he was walking home from a friend's house while intoxicated. And while the two were driving home.
I zoned out. Say that. What?
I'm sorry. On August 31st, the complainant picked up the defendant while he was walking home intoxicated from a friend's house. And the defendant struck her while they were driving with a closed fist on her nose, causing swelling, bleeding, and pain. The complainant showed a dated timestamp photo of the injury to the officers, and the defendant admitted to making threats and stated he was going through opioid withdrawals.
Good.
Wow. First off, opioid withdrawals doesn't excuse your actions. Come on now. Also, it's nice to see a judge recognize that he had lost focus and needed to come back. and just straight out stopped it. It was like, nope, bring me back. Let's get on track. It's great to see that.
To know. Mr. Battaglia, if I drug test you now, what are you going to show positive for?
Marijuana and maybe opiates. That's all I had.
It stops today.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you're using anything, I will have a contempt hearing because I'm going to have you sign an affidavit. I can hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it. Shh. Guys, please, he can't hear. If I find that you're using, I will put you into a rehab facility in the jail. And I'm going to tell you now, it's a 6-month program at a minimum, depending on how well you respond to treatment. No more opiates, and I'm going to test you like crazy. You will be coming here on a constant basis to show me that you're not using.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no opioids, nothing,
Yes, sir.
no weapons, and I'm also ordering you not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case as well.
You got petitions from the magistrate in order to get price release, you got GPS on,
Do you have a GPS monitor on you right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
you got the price release.
let's do this. I'm going to send him for a drug test right now as well. How old are you, sir?
25, sir.
What do you do for a living?
DoorDash shift, and I recently got another job with pulling and terminating cat cables. And that's all.
Do you
that's
have a
probably
valid
it.
Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance? Please. Can we reach out to the MAC for Mr. Battaglia? I'm going to send you for a drug test, and then I'm going to have you come back. We'll talk when we get the lawyer assigned to him.
For now, use the price release, take it off, they're gonna take it off.
No, don't take it off just yet. Leave it on for now. Right. Let's just send him for a drug test, and then we'll have him talk to the lawyer when we get back, and then we'll go from there.
I just want to know if that's what that means.
I'm sending you for a drug test. You must take the test. Let's come right back. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to make both of your bonds so high, you're going to have teeth falling out. Okay. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. You're going
Wow. Judge, it seems like he's really giving him a deal. I know it sounds kind of brutal up front, but the other possibilities are way worse. So this is pretty cool.
to get with your Rachel, and then. Justin Davis. Is that you? Mr. Davis, you're charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The complainant was jogging at White Oak Bayou Park in Harris County, Texas, and the complainant observed the defendant naked and masturbating next to a pool located inside Stewart Park. The complainant could see the defendant's penis, which was an open view of anyone walking on the trail. The officers arrived and
Wow. Yeah. Okay, dude, that's disgusting. What in the world?
observed the defendant sitting near the pool without pants and underwear and continuing to masturbate.
Cringe.
Is he currently registered as a sex offender? Can you see that now?
I can check, Your Honor. Your Honor, we can't find the information at this time. We'd have to make a call to the officer to find that he is registered, but at this time, we don't have that information.
Prior felony failures to register, you know? So what kind of conditions would you think? Michael?
Judge, I don't know the status of the housing of the defendant, but at this time, the state would ask for staying away from public places where children would go, like parks where the defendant was, staying away from schools, parks, public places, anywhere where children may go, is what I would ask.
How old are you, Mr. Davis? You're 41. What do you do for a living? So where do you live?
I live in a tent, my dog,
You live in the where?
in a tent.
He's homeless and lives in a tent.
I know, Judge.
And the problem is that this is not our first indecent exposure. This is not our first failure to register. So I'm going to appoint your lawyer today and I'm going to see where we're going because I don't know what conditions we can put to protect the public from you.
The issue, Judge, is the underlying registered case is an indecency of a child from 2000.
Yeah, how are you supposed to track a sex offender when they're homeless? Like, that doesn't make sense. Not excusing this dude at all. Just logically, it doesn't make sense. You need to find a better way to manage the system.
2004, and that's why I'm harping on you staying away from children.
Okay. So we're going to have to do a deep dive on this. So
Yes, Judge.
I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria and then I'm going to have to take you a seat in the jury box. Don't go anywhere, Mr. Davis, please. Good morning, Mr. Seastrong. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that.
I'm not even full.
Why not? When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
Company went out of business in February. I've been DoorDashing.
So you are working.
What, it's not enough to afford because I got my kids. I don't have enough to afford a lawyer from what I make from DoorDash.
How much money do you make a month?
Probably barely 300, maybe.
How much?
Barely 300
300 what?
dollars.
What? A day? A week? You make $300 a month. I don't believe that for a second. How do you eat? How do you survive?
I stay with my wife. My wife,
So your wife works.
yes.
What does your wife do?
She does assistant at an apartment facility.
How much money does she make a month?
She just started, so I'm really not sure. It's probably been about 3 weeks or so.
How do you sit on the couch because you don't have a job? Because obviously, sitting on the couch, making or working for DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff, you can make way more than $300 a month. I've covered my entire rent off of DoorDash. Yeah, you do have to kind of game the system and understand how to pick the best routes. But there's no way he was only making $300 a month from that. And if he was, like I said, he's sitting on the couch. He should know what his girl's doing at that point. He should be more involved in her life if you're just sitting at home.
Why do the people of Harris County get to pay for a lawyer for you when you don't do anything? How's that fair? Why you get to sit at home, play Xbox? Well, why do the people of Harris County get to pay for your lawyer? How's that fair? You're able-bodied. There's no reason why you shouldn't be working. You need a job.
Yes, sir, I work, I take care of my kids. We just got
No, but you're not taking care of your kids. No, kids need food. They need clothes. Not just love. They need physical things as well. And if you're not pulling your weight, then you're not helping your kids. Your wife is helping your kids.
And I can see just how embarrassed he is, or at least how embarrassed he should be. Because for all I know, that might be the look of the man trying to avoid any consequences for his actions, or it's the man that realizes how bad he looks in front of everyone else in this professional setting of a courtroom. Gosh.
What conditions have we put on Mr. Seastrong, please? I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm telling you, Mr. Seastrong, but I'm telling you the truth. How old are you? You're 39 and you make $300 a month. That's silly. And it's a shame.
I work for when I'm business.
Then find something else.
Have been.
Do you know that there are so many companies out there that are begging for workers that are willing to pay you $15 to $20 an hour for you to work. Amazon, Starbucks. There's so many other places that are begging for workers because they just don't have enough. I'm not gonna, no. I'm making it.
I mean, let's be real. A lot of the positions have high turnover rate because it's just unreal working conditions or the environment that they live in, the city, the state, or whatever. They just can't make enough to actually pay rent or anything. No, don't get me wrong. In other areas, I know plenty of people that have been able to pay their entire rent working in an Amazon warehouse and being an Amazon delivery driver. Hell, I know people that still make their monthly bills doing Uber Eats.
Condition of your bond now that you get a full-time job. And I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks to see what you have done. But as far as what you get to hang out and do nothing all day, and then I have to pay for your lawyer too? Want a back rub too? No. I will give you an application. I'm going to send it home, and then I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you've done to get a job. If you've done nothing, then life's not going to go well. But it's not fair that we all here, I mean, I might as well just give you my wallet now. That's what we're doing.
And Your Honor, I may previously at a
Man, this judge just gets better and better every time I listen to him. Oh my gosh, hearing that straight out of his mouth. What? You expect us just to hand you our wallets?
condition of no driving because the defendant expressed he had no insurance. So you add include that as well, no driving.
I hope you are not driving, Mr. C-Strong.
I was able to get insurance from.
You are supposed to get court approval first before you drive, and you signed.
Got insurance a few days after we left from it. He told me not to drive without getting it.
Vic, Deputy Anderson, can you get that piece of paper, please? Sorry, guys. Just a moment now. Can you hand that to him? What does that say?
No driving without insurance approval.
Man, don't play Helen Keller. No driving without valid liability insurance and
Oh, I thought that was only a good apples to apples comeback. Damn, get roasted by the judge.
court approval. Do you want to go to jail? Don't drive. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law, Mr. C-Strong. I don't give out lawyers like it's candy on Halloween, and I expect you to pull your weight. And I don't care if you don't like what I'm telling you, but sometimes in life, someone needs to put you over their knee and tell you this is how things need to go. And you, at 39, need to grow up and pull your weight. Start working. Don't be a bum. Can you give him an application? And we will see you back in 2 weeks. And then can you file conditions, please, that he must get a full-time job, please?
I was unaware that court can force you to get a full-time job. That's actually kind of cool. I understand it has negative context in certain applications, but that is cool.
That way. Ay, ay, ay.
I don't even know.
Ay, ay, ay.
I don't even know.
Okay, so it says here that you are wanted for, out of you were wanted out of Pennsylvania for rape, forcible compulsion.
The dude just goes, I don't even know. And he's literally wanted for one of the most heinous crimes we have. Okay, bud.
Rape of an unconscious victim, sexual assault, aggravated indecent assault without consent, aggravated indecent assault, forcible compulsion, another aggravated indecent assault, complainant is unconscious or unaware that PE, indecent assault without consent of another, indecent assault, forcible compulsion, simple assault, harassment, subjecting another to physical contact. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's true.
I didn't do any of that. I promise you that.
Look,
Hey, I understand, and
really, here, we're not interested in it. This is just, you were wanted out of Pennsylvania. And all we're doing here is determining whether you are in fact John Akey.
Right.
If you are, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for Pennsylvania to come get you.
Right.
We normally give them 2 weeks to come get you from the day that you waive extradition, which is today. Are you waiving formal extradition?
Yeah.
Okay, so as of today, they have 14 days to come get you, and if they don't come get you by that time, Harris County will release you, okay? All right,
Oh, I hope for society's sake he's telling the truth and he's innocent. Otherwise, that is kind of an egregious loophole. Lets himself get captured in another state, denies formal extradition, and then gets to sit in jail for 14 days and hope that another state on basically the whole other side of the US. Because if I'm not mistaken, this judge is in Texas. Pennsylvania's on the opposite side of the US on the north side. So yeah, this is kind of egregious if this dude is guilty. Like I said, I hope for society's sake he's innocent.
Just to be transparent with you before the plea, this is the young man that you had tested twice. I believe the last one was today, and I think it was Friday of last week or Thursday, one day last week. He had come back and he tested positive for, I believe, the last time was THC, and he tested today, and he tested positive for alcohol and THC.
You know, as someone who drank a lot when they were younger and liked to drink, I still never understood not being able to put down the alcohol. There's a certain point in time where it's just like, yeah, it's serving no purpose. I don't need to be getting drunk every day. I don't understand this whole, I gotta go to court, let me get drunk the day before or day of. Man, that's gotta be embarrassing.
you want me to let you go?
Yes, sir. I drank NyQuil last night, forgetting about.
I drank NyQuil last night. Yeah, I had friends say the same thing, trying to get out of the DUI. Doesn't trust me, they can tell the difference. Yeah, if you said no, I just took NyQuil and had a bottle in your hand, that's a different story.
Do you really expect me to believe that, Mr. Houlihan?
Yes, sir. I've also got I got a job now, working.
And stay sober if you can't not consume alcohol while you're just on bond. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. It's only a matter of time before you're before us again. Hopefully you haven't wrapped your car around a pole, or more importantly, kill someone else, you know?
And sir,
But
working on making changes in my life. I'm still,
like testing positive, right?
Oh man, I can hear the frustration with this judge. It's just been a day for him, and he's like, yeah, I'm done with this. It is time to roast these people. We're on live stream on Zoom right now. It's definitely time to roast. I love this judge.
What changes have you done? Other than I'm gonna.
I've started.
I don't want to hear I'm gonnas.
I've started seeing a psychiatrist online, working on my mental health.
Well, I mean, you know, we're just gonna reset
Mr.
it.
D, I don't know. I mean, he tested positive for alcohol today.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I confirmed it with Rachel, she did test positive for alcohol.
Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure they're in Texas. It's just wild knowing that you're going to be drug tested by the court and smoking weed. Come on now, man. If I was this judge, I'd be so frustrated by this point.
We admonish you, when you come here, when I say no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. I'd say to every single person that walks through our double doors over there. So for you to tell me it's NyQuil, you know you're not supposed to, because I advise you of that very fact, not to use anything that has not alcohol in it. I can't just. I know you want to plead guilty, and I probably would have accepted this had you tested negative, but you're testing for alcohol on the day of court. That means that you must have very, very recently consumed alcohol. And if I accept this plea today, I am sending you out into the world, and I'm setting you up for failure. That's all it does. And that's the exact opposite of what we try to do here. Believe it or not, I want to help every single person that comes here. And if that means taking you into custody, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're on bond for this case. You're testing positive for alcohol. It goes with you.
Thank you.
Oof. Yep. Actions have consequences. Don't do dumb things.
We'll talk, okay? We'll figure, Mr. Houlihan, I mean, I'm not going to throw the keys away, but we got to figure something out. And this, it's just not, it serves no one. So, okay.
Oof. By the end of this hearing, the direction was clear. Too many violations, too many chances, and no real change. When someone keeps testing the limits, ignoring conditions, and showing up, still not taking it seriously, the court stops taking risks. The judge made it clear this wasn't about punishment, it was about preventing what could happen next. And when it reaches that point, the outcome isn't warnings anymore, it's custody. Another intense moment here on Daily Courtroom Drama. If you want to see more of this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.